I've been directed to keep it short, so you'll like this. I'm an alumnus of this very institution. In fact, I see one of my favorite teachers ever wearing a white cap back there. And I also studied with Milton at Princeton in the last 4 years that he taught there before he was compelled to retire because of his age. That's a Celesta. I actually first heard Milton's music when I was an aspiring high school composer, when I was rooting through my band director's record collection, and he had a Time Life Music of Today series, and there was Milton's ensembles for synthesizer, and I thought, this is totally nutty. How does this guy do this? This is great. And when I got here, I first encountered a recording of the Second String Quartet, which is just beautiful and lyrical and wonderfully spun out, and I wondered, how did this guy write these same two pieces? And then I got to meet him here when he came for a performance of his solo requiem. And Rodney was talking about the way he would do wordplay. He taught forever, and it was just like one of those things. It was just wonderful. And I realized that everyone that I admired at NEC had studied with him. So I had to go and study with him, which is why I did. He was a very devoted teacher. At the time in lessons was spent going through in great detail the music, sometimes turning on a dime and talking about baseball or beer, and coming back through circuitous routes to the same note that you were talking about 20 minutes ago. And he was a devoted teacher, but he was an even more devoted former teacher, because once I finished with the program and I was finally making New York, every single performance I had in New York, he was there. He made a point of sitting by me, and he made a point of talking to me. It was hard to tell sometimes if you liked the piece or not, because he had those sort of ways of talking that Rodney was talking about, but he was always there, and he always made a point of letting me know that he cared. So I was very sorry to see him go, to see him die when he died in February. He was one of my biggest influences, I would say, and I'm glad we're celebrating him through his music. Thank you.